Have you guys ever been sitting in your Tesla and thought, this is really good, but it could be better? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about some software improvements that I think Tesla could make that would just take the already, I think, best-in-class software and just take it up a notch, especially when it comes to the new Model 3s and eventually the new Model Ys. And I wanted to focus on things that didn't require additional hardware. So I'm talking about the 2024 Model 3. I have a standard range, so no additional hardware required for these fixes. These are simply software updates that I think would be pretty easy for Tesla to do. So for number one and number two, I want to talk about this interior lighting that runs around the trim of the new Model 3s. Now, usually I set it to a color based on what I'm wearing, so let's just change it real quick because I forgot to do that. Now, I'll say this, I think the lighting looks really cool. I'm a big fan of it. I think it adds a nice, simple, kind of elevated touch to it. A lot of different companies do it really differently, where they'll hide it up underneath the dash so it kind of shines down. This is like very visible lighting, right? This is not like splashing onto the door panels in kind of a more elegant way or like hidden under the dash trim. This is very up front. It's in your face. It's right in your field of view. And so I think they could do a couple things with it to take it up a notch. The first thing that I really wish they would do is give you the option to have gradients. So maybe I wanted like the front lighting around the dash to be purple, and then I wanted it to like transition into like a light blue color or a pink or something like that. Or maybe I wanted to go Barney and go purple and green. Or maybe I wanted the door panels to be different colors. Maybe I wanted the back doors to be red, the front doors to be blue, and the front dash to be something else. Being able to adjust all of those things seems completely possible. Like these light strips are all disconnected, right? They're all separate. This door panel one does not connect to the front dash one, and the back doors are separate. So all of this could be easily individually controllable, and you could have different zones, and it'd be so simple just to push out a little software update to make some gradients so that stuff blended together really beautifully, or was just in separate zones altogether. Other manufacturers already do this. Now for number two, in the same vein, it would be really cool if they would use the lighting strip that runs across the front dash to work as an indicator. For example, if you're doing navigation, right? Let's say you're turning right on the next exit or something. You could have it kind of indicate to the right, like do some little like panning, some little flashes over on the right side. Or you could use it for collision systems, right? If you're quickly approaching a vehicle in front of you and it gives you that beep, 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 beep thing that it does where it shows the red car on the screen, you could have the light like flash red or whatever, just to give you an extra layer of kind of immersion and honestly extra safety, right? It alerts you more, it's more in your view, a little bit easier to see. And then you could even have it when you use the voice assistant. You could have it kind of blink like it's alive, like it hears you, have the little light indicate. Volkswagen does something similar with their ID light. They do some of those same things, and I just think it adds an extra layer of immersion. Now, I feel like Teslas could be better than Volkswagens. It could be less laggy and just more elegant looking, but just some things like that. Also, when you're sitting in your car supercharging, you could have a little, light indicator that shows you your charging status. Let's say it's 40% full, and you could kind of see the like green panning over as it's filling up the battery. Just extra little things like that would just make these lights seem a little more, practical and less just for, visual intrigue. They could actually function, and that would be cool, and it would be super easy to add with a software update. For number three, I wish Tesla would add phone screen mirroring. Now, the fact that the Tesla system does not have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto doesn't really bother me personally. I've had cars that have Apple CarPlay, and I didn't really ever use it. I guess if I were like traveling, I might use the navigation. But with Tesla's navigation being as good as it is and their whole software system and experience being as good as it is, I just don't see the need for CarPlay. It doesn't really bother me. Now, I'd like if you could switch to different mapping software, like maybe Apple Maps instead of Google Maps or Waze or something in Tesla's built-in system. That's a separate issue altogether. But I just don't feel the need for CarPlay. But it would be cool if you could do full screen phone mirroring. I mean, let's say you're sitting at a supercharger, you've got your significant other sitting here, and you want to show them a video you took on your phone. Let's just say of your two wiener dogs. Of course, you could upload it to YouTube and do all that kind of nonsense, but it would be so much easier if we could just screen share, screen mirror, AirPlay onto this big, beautiful display and be able to watch our videos when we're sitting at a supercharger or just parked somewhere. And Rivian just added it, so Tesla can absolutely add it. In a similar vein, it'd be really cool if Tesla would introduce a hotspot specifically even if it cost a little bit of extra money, they already have the, premium connectivity package that gives your vehicle its own, LTE signal to do updates and navigation and streaming and all that kind of stuff. It'd be cool though if it had its own hotspot that you could actually connect devices to. Let's say you wanted to work in your car, get one of those little desks you can put here, put your laptop down, be able to connect to your car's, LTE and be able to do work that way. You could just use your smartphone as a hotspot, but not everybody has hotspot functionality on their phone. So it'd be nice if it was either included in that premium connectivity subscription you already pay for, or maybe it was, a couple extra dollars a month to get the hotspot functionality added on. I just think that'd be really easy to implement. The radios are already there, right? All the hardware already exists. It's just a matter of being able to then transmit that Wi-Fi signal also. And then the fifth thing that I really wish Tesla would add is some actual customization to this left scroll wheel. Now I know you can long press the left scroll wheel and it will pop up the little menu, and then you can switch through things like temperature, is what I've got mine set to, but you can also go back and you can scroll to like fan speed and brightness and acceleration mode, and you can customize it. My only issue with this is you have to long press and then you have to actually look at the screen to see the different options. Unless you just know what it's programmed to, you have to take your eyes off of the road to look down at this little option. What would be really cool is if you could go into the settings and customize every single function the scroll wheel can do. So if I scroll up on this wheel, the fans get stronger. I want to turn my climate on and off just by pushing one time on the button. I click it down, the HVAC turns on. Just no long presses, no sorting through the menus, just one touch and it does it. Or let's say I just want to open the glove box just by single pressing the left button. I should be able to customize that completely and not just have this be volume and play and pause and then, long press customization. I want true customization of the left side. I get why they leave the right side to be like autopilot and FSD and all that kind of stuff. I get that, that's fine. But it would be nice if you could customize that too and maybe move FSD to the left side. There's no reason why they can't let you customize all that. But of course, I never just give you 5 things. So here's a bonus thing that I wish that they would add to the software. And that is the ability to put quick actions down at the bottom of the screen here. Now, I know you can add things like front and rear defrost, heated steering wheel, wipers. You can have your seat heating or cooling be there at the bottom. That's all great. I love that. But it'd be cool if you could do some custom functions down there. So let's say you wanted, like I said with the glove box, you wanted a quick and easy button to open the glove box. Drop a button down there, program it to be any function in the car. Open the glove box. So it's right at the bottom. You just tap it, boom, the glove box opens. That saves you 2 clicks into the settings, or 3 clicks in some cases. Or let's say you wanted to be able to move your passenger seat forward and backwards. Now there is a way you can do this on the screen. You can go into your rear seat display and then move the seat forward and backwards by kind of piping into the rear seat display. But that's just not the best option. It would be nice if you could just move the seat forward and backwards using the screen, and honestly move your driver's seat forward and backwards using the screen. That'd be really nice. It would be so neat to just be able to have full customization on little function buttons here at the bottom of the screen. You could even take it a step further and be able to do multiple actions with one button press. Now that's something you can do with macros with sexy buttons. I've made a review of sexy buttons up here if you want to watch that. You can do it with the buttons and that's great. But something built in from Tesla where you could have it open like the front, the charge port, and the trunk, all with a single button press on the screen would be really cool. They could do so much with custom shortcuts down at the bottom of the screen, and I'd love to see them add that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Let me know down in the comments, what are some things you would add to the Tesla software? Do you agree with my list, or do you have your own? Let's talk about it down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.